Talk and then it's fine, it's fine. No, put all the rest of it on there. You'll see.
Welcome back to Rough Builds. So as some of you saw in the last episode, there's a fair old bit of progress been made on the office and the stores, and should be no exception in this episode. We're going to make some more progress. So I didn't get round to getting the insulation last time. We're still too busy really. So now we've got to get the insulation in, get the plasterboard up, get it skimmed, and then we'll get ready for second fix. That's the exciting part, because that's when it comes together. So in a second, Roger and I are going to start getting the insulation up and start putting the sheets up in here. And I got a bit of help as well, I think, from my uncle, who's over from Spain. So I should make even lighter work. Most of the stud walls are insulated, and obviously done all the wiring, got it ready to go. And once we get the ceiling boarded, we can get the walls boarded, and it's going to start looking like a proper room. Short of a bit of skimming and paint, then we can put the floor down. And then once that's done, we can do electrics. That's the part I know how to do. So yeah, I'm going to shut up now. I'm going to time lapse it, and we're going to get a bit done. Plasterboard's up. Plasterboard, no, insulation. Did a shit job of that. So, pinned up a few places. Got to pin it up there again. Could only fit one layer in, which is, yeah, was being optimistic with two, but no chance. So here's what it is. Now it's the fun part of getting the plasterboard sheets up. But that is the worst job, getting on the ceiling, and then it's sort of plain sailing from there. So I didn't record much yesterday, mainly just because me and my uncle were cracking on with this part here. So, and yeah, but short of that end wall now, we got all the plasterboard up. That was a fair bit of work. A lot of screws, lots of screws. But the plasterboard's up. I made a little mistake there, I've got to fill that in that. And then we'll have to, obviously, because of the way the plasterboard goes up and meets and whatnot, we just got to foam in the gap, and then it also will be scrim taped. But where the wall come up, and obviously we were short, well, it come in, scored along the back with the board, snapped it, and allowed it to go up the wall. So obviously the timbers and insulation sort of stops here, and then that attaches to existing timbers. So at the top, obviously the wall will have its curve, but I'd much rather that curve than lose another few inches of office space, if that makes sense. So hence why we done that. So literally is just do this plasterboard down here. There's a reason we didn't do it, and that was because we haven't yet filled in, you can see daylight, haven't filled in the part of the top there. And what had happened was the driving wind and rain we've had, actually, it doesn't commonly come from this side, but the wind blew the drizzle and the rain and whatnot into here and down onto the sill. So we didn't bother obviously boarding this until we fix that in a minute outside. So we've got to fix that. Then we can treat and put the paint in the windowsill, fix that in place, and board up around it. And I know some of you were commenting saying you wanted to see a bit more detail on electrical work. So I'll go into that. Usually I wouldn't cut out any boxes or anything until it's been plastered, because the plasterers tend to hate anything being cut out. They like, obviously, the smoother the wall, the easier it is for them. But Roger seems to want me to cut it out beforehand, which is fine by me because it makes my life easier. So in a second, once we've got the outside waterproofed, Roger's going to finish the plasterboard in here, and I'm going to crack on and I'll start marking out all my sockets, switches, thermostats, heaters, lights, and get them all cut out of the plasterboard, get the cables found. So that'll be good fun. So let's crack on. That's all the sockets and switches that marked out. So we've got sockets back here for the office desks. So you got a socket, data points over here, for only needing really one end of the office on the desks. So that basically mirrored here, minus the data points. Socket over here for maybe something, printer, I don't know what yet. By the door, again, we got our socket marked out, our 4-gang light switch, and our thermostat. Heater point, CCTV monitor socket up there, and then kitchen wall, not doing yet until I know what kitchen stuff I've got and where it's going. So, oh yeah, and then the downlights. So laser, obviously, lasered around the room to set all my heights. Socket heights down the bottom of that, I've gone 450 off a finished floor level, which is just sort of standard British disabled height. Not that it matters because there's no building regs involved here, and it's not disabled friendly anyway. And then here I've gone, desk is 730 to the top, so I've gone an extra 150mm above to the bottom of the socket to give me some clearance there. And just standard heights for the switches, thermostat. And then we got our 10 downlights marked out, which are these ones here. Not sure you guys can see that on the wall very well, it's maybe a bit bright. So my downlights, I've got the 4 corners are all wired together, and then the middles are all wired together. It gives me a bit more flexibility, and they're all on dimmers, so I can sort of chop and choose what I want. Downlights are all 700 in from the corners, and then I've got, in between the 2 sections of 4, I've got 1 in the middle just because the spacing of the beams didn't allow me to have 5 in a row. So, I guess I best cut all the holes out now, find all the cables, dig all the insulation out, and then that's the electric sort of out of the way prior to plastering. And Roger's making good progress down there on the wall. Waterproofing outside is done, last bit of plasterboard to go up there, and then it's just the window reveals and the window sill to do. And we're making good progress. Man is buzzing. Oh yeah, more progress been made. Roger's plasterboarded the end wall, so that's spot on, and I've cut out the electrics. So, as you may have seen in the time lapse, I made a bit of whoopsie here, because when we put these screws in, I just eyed them up with the laser, not actually centre of the board. Turns out my stud is like there, so I was a bit too close, so I had to shift them all over by 35mm to be safe. So we got all them cut out around, all 10 downlights cut out, everything was spot on where we wanted it, which is good. So, that's all good. I think next up now, Roger's going to do the plasterboard, the reveals, put a sill in here, fit the sill over there, plasterboard that reveal, and then really we're on to foaming up any gaps, scrim taping, and plastering. Making progress. And once it's plastered, get it painted, and then we're really talking, because then we're going to have floor down, second fix, and it's going to become an office pretty damn quick after that. So, it's going to be fun. I'll leave the majority of the plastering up to the professional, but I am going to have a go. So this could be interesting. Or it could be complete utter shit. I don't know. If it's really bad, I'll just have to put something on the wall.
I'll just jump in and rescue you.
Yeah, pretty much that one. But as you guys know, I like to have a go at anything and everything I can do. And well, as I build an office, might as well have a go at plastering. This is my first time really plasterboarding. I haven't really insulated before, but that's the easy job, isn't it? So might as well do the whole friggin' lot, mightn't I? So I will update you guys when it's coming to the plastering stage, I guess. These are not tools I'm used to. They make me very uncomfortable. But I'm gonna have a play tomorrow of it. So a bit late today. We're not gonna attack the plastering today. So we've got a nice cheap orc and then a decent-ish trowel. Got some plaster. Always handy if you're trying to skim. So Roger's cut all the bead in now. He doesn't screw it in, he sticks it in with a plaster. So yeah, I don't know what I'm doing. So yeah, all done. He's even went around and scrim taped every single little screw hole, so they shouldn't pop through when eventually the whole thing starts moving. So overall, I'll turn the light on maybe. Yeah, it's now a room. Just need some plaster and paint. I think I mentioned earlier I went through and I painted the seals just for the first coat ready. They'll yet to be, I'll sand them down and paint them again when we're ready for actual final paint. So it's good. So we've done that. So that's now going to be started tomorrow morning. So just to keep us busy for today, we've jumped on doing a bit of timber work. So because obviously we're not putting a roof or ceiling on the stores because that's just a massive waste of timber and massive waste of space, we're going right up to the ceiling with it. So we're putting that 4x2 right the way across, and that'll give us something to stick our timbers on to brace the wall and to stick the 9mm OSB on the front to sort of face it out. So we're just doing that currently, and then we can go through and put all the timbers in. That'll be rigid then, so then we can make the other door, fit the doors, and board it out. And then, to be fair, the stores, that's then just the shelving left in there really, and lighting when it comes. So most of the work is still in the office, but it's getting close, it's getting exciting. So as you can see, I've been and plastered the walls, the ceiling, and the back there. Now I'm going to teach Roger how to plaster. Or that might be entirely wrong. And in fact, Roger's been and plastered all this. It's looking pretty damn good. And now I'm going to have a go at ruining that wall. What's the worst that could happen, eh? It's all weird. This is my uncomfortable face. So, this is not electrics, this is not engines, or even body work. This is wall work. So
sort of bottom left, just pop them in the middle of the room.
yeah, bottom there.
Yeah, so you want to go, boom, that way, you're right-handed.
Yeah.
I'll just stick the first one on for you just to show you. You don't want to be putting on more than, yay on your hook at the same time. Usually I load it up, but
Yeah.
you want enough to be able to sort of get it all on the trowel in one go.
Okay.
But you want about that much.
Yeah.
And right from the bottom, and then just literally just flat aim, and then tip it, and then just, like I say, keep the corner, and you're going to get all these little lumpy bits in it, but that's because it's bought from Aki's, and it's like buying stuff from the cloud, and away you go.
Okay.
So left hand,
Right hand.
the trowel, very much.
Yep. The idea is to
So-
use that hand now.
Yeah. So it's kind of a little bit of a flick of the wrist. So it's just kind of tip your hook
Yeah.
with your thing, but
Interesting.
it'll be fine. Yeah.
Right.
But it's nice and cool, so there's plenty of time to play with it.
That is it. Oh, I got my finger already.
Yeah, it's alright. We'll get used to that.
So I want to get more. Now I need to get more. Let's try and get them.
Yeah.
Oh, what, bro? How am I supposed to get this?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
it.
I'm in the right mess already. Great.
Yeah. No worries. Don't worry about making a mess.
And then
Yeah. Tip it in.
dip it in.
Yeah. And then just nicely peel it up.
Okay.
That's it. Don't worry. It's going to thin out to get to the top.
And
There we go.
then ish.
Yeah. So yeah, we got bits like that. You want to just So
Smooth out again.
Yeah, smooth that bit.
Oh,
out.
actually, that's a bit horrible. Yeah.
Yeah, try and keep it as even as you can. Don't worry about the lines, but you want an even coating.
Yeah. Ish.
And then little bits like that. Yeah, that's it. And just add it to your trowel each time. So now we're going to take the lines out.
Okay.
So a lot of plasterers now, because you cross hatch everything, you lay up that way, you trowel off that way, that's your lines. Now a lot of plasterers work in circles after this.
Oh, wow.
That suits them. Personally, I don't. Personally, I
Sounds really kind of going to take to our text.
I much prefer to stay to cross hatching. It just suits me. That's the way I've always done it.
Yeah.
So again, we're going to start from the bottom. This time, very, very light. You're not taking anything off, you're taking the high points out.
Okay.
Don't worry about the low points, just leave those. If you go over it and you see it, ignore it. Just leave it. Low points you can lose.
We'll get them in a second.
You get those in, yeah, exactly. They'll go in the second coat. Also, once you've gone over it, if there's something really obvious, which is it's a plasterboard, then you'd go and fill in little bits if need be. Yeah. So this time, floor to ceiling once again, nice even passes. Trowel, not too much of an angle, but obviously not too flat, you want to suck. And just nice even passes all the way up, all the way floor to ceiling.
You show me possible.
Okay. So just on the back of your trowel, you want literally that.
Okay.
So that hardly anything at all.
Yeah.
And then again, cross hatching and like little things like that. Don't worry about it. You don't want to go over anything too much. The idea is just take all this out, and then again in a minute we'll go back over it one more time, and that'll be it. Then we'll apply the second coat.
Yeah. Sounds like a lot of big fat in it,
isn't it? I mean, you know, it's the same. I mean, you use the painting cars, so it's a similar principles in some ways. All the way up.
All the way up.
Okay. Yeah, you see I've gone right the way up. That's it. Yeah, and as close as you can. Yeah. Okay. Obviously, you can't see as clearly as you could before.
I've got one more good eye, don't take the piss.
No, use your good eye. Yeah. Again, this time you're not applying lots of plaster, you're just putting on a thin skin.
Thin.
This is where it's important not to put on too much at the bottom and too thin in the middle.
Okay.
You really want to kind of give that as nice and even, but the gear's thinner this time, so it shouldn't. There's not much resistance.
Yes.
So you should find it easy to apply.
I think it's all time.
Yeah, that's it. GoPros, they've got a mind of their own. Yeah, this time you want to be able to use the visualization to be able to see where you put it. Like I said, if you're a bit confused where you haven't put it, stand back, check the light. I often wear a head torch for this bit because that's the way I work. But yeah, so again, so nice and thin from the bottom, and you want this time a half trowel full should go all the way to the top.
Okay.
Okay, but again, don't stress. Never stress.
I'm trying to get stressed.
You can always salvage it. And if you're really crap, we can do a third coat.
Can we stretch to a fourth?
We can if you want to, but just try not to do that. It's not giving you too much. Yeah. So this time, again, before you start, always just kind of give it a little flip, just to kind of let it all drop onto the thing. And obviously you're in the corner this time, so we've got most of the gear that side. So you're going to go up that edge and then nice and thin. That's a perfect amount. That should go from from bottom right the way to the top.
I'll show you the first one I didn't have now.
Okay.
So then I can see what to copy.
So.
Okay.
Right. Yeah, and I just always get the corner in as well. So again, all the way top, all the way to the top. Okay. I'm going to load up a little bit more than that for this. Monsieur. Can you see how much is left on the hawk?
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't need to laden it up like you did before. This time just a nice thin coat.
So toss it again?
Yep. Yeah. Yeah. That's it. The first time it's just to make sure it's on the gear, because otherwise it just slides around. Aluminium damp, stainless steel damp. Yeah. So that's all good. So you'll take about 2/3 of that off, and that should be it. And then we start back at the plaster. Yeah.
Okay, so yes, I'm going to take it off of that. Yeah. So we'll do it like that. So 2/3 it off.
Yeah, about 2/3 of it. I mean, if you're uncomfortable having it all on there at once, we'll just put a little bit less on next time.
Is it start the back of the plaster?
So that's how you keep your fingers out of it. Trowel to the back of the plaster, then you've got nothing behind you to catch your fingers in.
Yeah, I'm going to take 2/3 off.
So yeah. Plus, hooking that. Yeah. It's fine. No, put all the rest of it on there. You see. No worries. That is the hardest thing. Hawk and trowel skill is the one thing that's the bit that takes a bit of time. So let me load you up a little bit more there.
I can see it.
I haven't got quite enough. I'll tell you what, I'll just put it straight on the trowel.
You don't trust me now?
Man, there's no trust here. Distrust going on here. It's your wall.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Right, and then nice. Yeah. And then nice. Yeah. Okay. That's okay. when you're loading up, and all on that end of the tray. So it's all up that side, and that'll be your. So this is the only bit. This might get a bit messy, where you. Okay. Along, and again, you're going to put too much on because it's going to fit into the other. And don't be afraid to take it off. Okay. It's actually plenty.
So then turn that back up top here.
Yep.
So obviously you left the ground here, didn't you?
Yeah, pretty much. And then once you've got it all the way up there, then of course and then you're going to just
take it tops.
Yeah, just drop it down. Yeah, so we go from back here. Yeah.
Shouldn't
It's alright, it's alright. Once it's on the wall.
I'm too afraid of like, digging the trowel, right?
Yeah, it's the second coat is the first coat is already cured enough, so you shouldn't damage it too much.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like my fear is like just sending the trowel straight into the wall, like hard to stop it falling off. Yeah.
That's it. Got a little bit there. So in the corner back. Yeah. Ideal. It's alright. Yeah. Losing the lines this time.
Okay.
So try halfway between the lines. Got to keep it nice and flat. You don't. The idea is not to put more lines back in, but the gear's nice and thin now, so you shouldn't. The undercoat would have set enough. You can just trowel it out.
Shit, nice.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Oh yeah. There's that bit.
That bit's still thickwear.
Yeah.
So
as long as there's a good overlap, it doesn't have to be exactly half, but you want a good overlap. You just want to kind of lose that line.
Of course, I've got the
the little curve. So the first one's going to be, don't worry about going to the very top of the first, that's sort of half exactly on the first one. Okay. But yeah, just want to keep the always go up a teeny bit. Just go in, and then nice and flat. Yeah, just taking out your line. Lovely.
Using my hand, I realised.
Okay. That's right. Ambidextrous plastering is very sought after.
There we go in. So the dehumidifier's been going a fair bit, even to the point here on the floor where the dehumidifier actually sucked out so much water last night that it filled the bucket. So this thing is absolutely kicking ass at the minute, and it's doing a fantastic job. No lights on it at the minute. So the wall light skimmed obviously is the worst one. Roger did say various bits. But it is fairly flat and smooth, but there's a slight texture to it, as opposed to the stuff obviously Roger done is lovely and smooth. So I can always knock that back with a bit of sandpaper if I want to, clean it up. Doesn't actually matter because the kitchen's going down this end, and that might even be tiled back anyway yet. Still though, very happy. First attempt, apparently done a not bad job considering. So yeah. It's looking damn good, and I'm so excited. So what's next in this room? Obviously it's got to dry out, so actually probably tomorrow late at some point this will actually be ready for painting, which I'm desperate to get it painted, because once it's painted I can start second fixing electrics, get the lights on and start getting the usual space. So once it's painted and electrics are done, it's then the flooring time. Get the floor down, get all that in, get the laminate down, get this second fix carpentry in and painted, and then furniture can go in. It can start being used. So close. So close. Not only that, more progress has been made. And Roger's had a play with the doors. And now there's doors. So that's fantastic. So short of this little end panel needs to be put in now, which he's just doing now. That's then almost all the walls and doors done for in the store. And then we'll very shortly start working up around the top, get all that finished off, get it sealed in, and then short of shelves, the storeroom's almost done. So very, very happy and very excited. So obviously you guys aren't going to see any more progress now in this episode. One, because I don't know how long it's already gone on for, and two, because again it's Friday evening, and yeah, I need to better record some stuff for next Friday as well, which might be a bit more of a struggle because next week I'm busy all week. This week I've been to and from jobs, looking at jobs, and in and out of here doing stuff. So yeah, but it's definitely coming on. There will be Capri content at some point. I've just got to kind of get past all this hurdle now of setting up the business and getting started, and then I can start getting back onto other projects. But very exciting times, but so much to do still. So if you've somehow found this and you're not already subscribed, why not subscribe? Obviously there's still the rest of this whole build series to go on, and then there's all the car build series that are currently going on, like the Capri V8 conversion, Tonel Turbo Golf, the Ranger L322s, and all sorts. So if you're not familiar with them, why not jump back on my channel, take a look, see what's there. There's loads of it. Obviously like the video if you like it. If you don't like it, don't dislike it please. It doesn't help me. Comment, tell me what you think. If you've got any ideas, I think we're pretty set up, to be honest. It's all going pretty well. And yeah, with any luck, I'll see you guys next time. I've been Jordan. Cheers. GoPro, stop recording.